So I decided to do another video on UK names and naming. Tun, I mean everything in the UK is ham, which means homestead, or it is tun. What is tun? Why is everything tun? Yeah, that originally kind of meant enclosure or settlement. You've got Northampton, Bolton, Luton, Brighton. You've got all of those places which end in tun, and basically it evolved to mean town. Back in the day it meant more like settlement. Yeah, that it evolved to mean town. Town in modern English comes from tun in Old English, the Saxon version, but also influenced by Dutch tuin, which means garden, and German Zaun, meaning fence. So, you know, we're talking about little enclosures of people in a small space. So yeah, it would make sense with all of these tribes dotted around the UK that most place names that we can hear mean basically homestead, or, you know, village or farm, because that's kind of where people lived. But people like to add their little bit of flair to places to show it is theirs. So that brings me on to my next point. Ing, Gillingham, Altrincham, Nottingham. All of these places have ing, and so many places actually in the UK have ing in them. Worthing, Deeping. So, you know, the ing was a possessive particle. So a lot of places were named after the chief or leader of each tribe. In the case of Gillingham, you've got ham, which, as we've established, is homestead, but you've got the ing particle in the middle between Gill and ham. So basically it means homestead of Gilla's people, right? So Gillingham and Altrincham, homestead of Alder's people. And it's really funny with Nottingham. It's really immature to laugh at. The etymology of Nottingham is, so you've got ham, which is homestead, and you've got the ing, so you know the homestead belonged to someone. And it was actually called Snottingham, a Saxon chieftain named Snot. Ruled an area known as Snottingham. Sorry, it's not funny. So it literally means the homestead of Snot's people. I guess somewhere along the way the S got lost. I have to look that up, but if anyone knows, let me know. Worth, as seen in Letchworth, Tamworth. Rickmansworth means kind of like enclosure or homestead. The suffix E actually means island or dry patch of raised land. So you can see in Bermondsey, Thorney, Ely, and doesn't it make sense that places like Bermondsey, Thorney and Ely are all, well, Bermondsey is kind of like obviously in the valley in the middle of London, next to the Thames, and obviously back in the day it would have been a lot muddier and a lot more marshy than it is now. Ely and Thorney are out in the fens, so again, very, very marshy indeed. So yeah, it makes sense that where you see a lot of e's at the end of a word, that kind of would imply that it was probably marshy once, or it could be maybe slightly hillier around there, so that there are actually these patches of raised land which merited being given the suffix e for island. But this is a really, really interesting one actually. So wall, as seen in Cornwall, Kirkwall and Wallasey, and obviously we now know what E means. These places are kind of significantly on the outermost parts of the UK, and that kind of lends a lot of weight as to why these places have the particle wall in them. The particle wall, it basically means foreign. People who spoke maybe a distinct language, who lived in places like you know, Kirkwall and Cornwall, for example, their area would have been denoted by the fact that they were foreign. I guess it's like you know, here there be foreigners. Probably some kind of protection mechanism back in the day. You have to protect your tribe. So they maybe wanted to distinguish them significantly from the majority settlement of the English in the UK. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, it meant wall. That particle means foreign. That's it really. And finally, Dun, Wimbledon, Huntingdon, Hoddesdon. It's everywhere. So yeah, it just means hill central. Wherever you are, if you are in a dun, then the chances are you will be able to see hills, or a hill. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably do another one of these, so